What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the gym. It is so nice to sit with you guys today. I haven't seen you or been on camera in this way in quite some time, but this energy is some of my favorite energy. I love Sagittarius and the vibe that it brings. So we are here today to discuss the full moon in Sagittarius that will be taking place for us tonight on June the 14th. So I wanted to sit here and pull some cards and get some advice and really just kind of sit with this energy and see what Spirit has for us today, right? So thank you guys so much for joining me as usual. It's about to be a vibe, you guys. Subscribe if you are new. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for the support that I've been receiving over the past couple of weeks. My channel launched about 2 months ago, and I am just knee deep in this thing. So thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of my journey, as I hope to be helpful and inspiring on yours, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and tap in. I have like a ton of different decks here that we're gonna use. A ton of different decks, but I felt like I wanted to touch on money, what we can expect or what we should be focusing on that aspect. But I also wanted to tap into what sort of things we need to be focusing on internally as well. We also have some self-care oracles, some different moon oracle decks. It's a lot that's happening on this particular reading today. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get right into it. Spirit, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us today, for providing us with the ability and the energy to be able to download and channel these messages to help elevate the consciousness of the collective. As you know, that's why I am here. I want to take a minute to thank all of the new subscribers, those who are watching, those who are tapped in getting this message. Thank you for everything that you have in store for them. Okay, yeah, let's tap in. All right, you guys, so automatically just jumping into the reading, I can really feel this energy or this need to replenish. Okay, so yeah, exactly. So we have the Tower card showing up. We also have the Queen of Wands. Okay, yeah, this is super dope, you guys. So we're starting out the reading here with the Tower card showing up as a primary energy. So a lot of us are going through whatever it was that we've been dealing with this scorpionic energy, what we're seeing also on a global scale, as well as the Gemini energy. So much is happening, so many different relevant transitions, but this is a time where we are recovering from feeling overwhelmed, feeling defeated in some situations. Okay, so I do get this energy to replenish is what I do really feel. So we have the Tower card showing up first, and then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse showing up. And then we also have the Three of Cups here showing up. Okay, so this is our most dynamic energy. As I said before, I feel like this is a time to replenish. This is a time to reflect and focus on what it is that Spirit needs us to really hone in on. Like I said, for the rest of the year, even we've been really kind of seeing this same theme. If you've been watching or keeping up with the videos, we're seeing this same kind of energy, almost as if there's something that we should be getting prepared for. Okay, and it's such a strong energy that it's consistent throughout all of the different transitions that are taking place. And so it's showing up in this reading here. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands showing up in reverse. This could be a reminder of us that we're not in a space right now to want to create anything new or feel inspired to create anything new. This is about us tapping in and really figuring out what is it that that makes us happy, what we feel passionate about. Okay, what is our intuition telling us that we need to do at this point? Okay, and we also have the Three of Cups showing up. So this is the card that represents community, celebration. Okay, and that is definitely one of the things that I can feel that Spirit is encouraging us to do, whatever that looks like for you guys. Okay, we did just recently recover from some very isolated kind of energy that we experienced last month. Okay, with the different energies that were at play. We really kind of realize the importance of sitting with ourselves. I think we saw a lot of Four of Swords kind of energy popping up for last month's transitions, but right now I can feel that Spirit is encouraging us to really do some time replenishing ourselves. Okay, especially for these, with it being these summer months. All right, so let's kind of tap in further and get some clarification. That's just the energy that I'm getting right now, which is one that's really focused on recovery. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Yeah, exactly. The Tower card, you guys, is being clarified by the Nine of Swords in reverse. So again, as I said before, this Tower card isn't representing something that's currently happening, but more so something that we're coming out of. Okay, and the Nine of Swords here clarifies that. Again, guys, we have the Three of Pentacles here, okay, to clarify the Queen of Wands. This is really something where we are meant to work on as a collective, you guys. I really can't express that enough. Right now is a time where we need to really make an effort to see where we can help others, to see where our talents or our special gifts or our understanding or whatever it is could be relevant to helping a greater cause. Okay, something that's greater than ourselves is what that's about. All right, and we also have the Ten of Pentacles showing up here in reverse. Okay, it could be that we're being asked to pause on the money grind. I know a lot of us are in this kind of energy where we feel like we're working, and we're trying to get all of these things accomplished. Okay, with that being said, this Ten of Pentacles here in reverse, let me see what we get with the Law of Money and Attraction deck here, to see if there's anything money-wise that needs to be addressed here. Thank you, Spirit, for providing clarification through the form of Oracle. Okay, thank you so much for allowing us to improve on what is most important for us and those around us. Okay, so let's see what we have. All right, my financial success does not require hard work. Okay, if you believe that you must work hard in order to deserve the money that comes to you, then money cannot come to you unless you do work hard. Financial success, or any other kind of success, does not require hard work. It does require alignment of thought. You simply cannot offer negative thoughts about things that you desire and then make up for it with action or hard work. When you learn to direct your own thoughts, you will discover the true leverage of energy alignment. Okay, this is such a heavy lesson for us right now, you guys, as a collective. Okay, because we are learning that we don't have to necessarily exhaust ourselves, and I think this is something that popped up in a few videos back. If I find out where this message was really heavy, I'll definitely link it down in the description box or up in the cards above. But this is such a powerful message as we are entering into a time as a collective where everyone is really kind of focused on this energy of manifesting and you know, our thought processes, journaling, all these other things. As we are entering into a time where people are really tapping into the power of that, what that means, how to do that, necessary tools that you need to make those type of things happen. As we are exploring that, this is a beautiful reminder for us to get, okay? Because I don't necessarily, as I said at the beginning of the reading, feel that this is a time for us to be coming with new ideas, creating creating this new projects and all of these things. It is a time where we need to reflect and restore ourselves to a point to where we're able to pull these things into us, okay? That's the importance of that, this 10 of Pentacles in reverse, which is definitely the energy that I felt like it was representing. A time where it's not really hammering during this full moon in Sagittarius, but instead we are spending time thinking about where we could be of service to the collective or in the big picture of things, okay? And I do see that. I've been seeing this image of us zooming out for quite some time. You know, the way that you would zoom out the lens of a camera. I continue to get that message, that download for probably the past 2 months, I would say. Understanding that things are much bigger than just us. Okay, but ironically also understanding that everything starts from within us. Okay, there is a balance of that we are working on as a collective, to try to understand and tap into, and I can just really feel the energy where we're working really hard to do that as a collective. So it's beautiful. Spirit, please give us any relevant moon cycles or moon energy that we need to be made aware of at this time. Yeah. A lot of us right now, during this full moon cycle, will be able to understand the power of consistent thought. Okay, so we have first quarter waxing fire moon. All right, competitiveness. Right, and this is some sort of energy that I feel like Spirit is warning us against, not to really fall into at this time. Again, we see the 3 of Pentacles here, and we have the 3 of Cups showing up in the reading. So this is a time where Spirit is encouraging us that we will need to focus on working together, okay? Working together with the energies around us, opposed to working against them. And I do feel like this is a time for us to just kind of understand again that this is not necessarily about us, okay? It's not about the ego. It's not about any of those things. Right now, we're being challenged to focus on where we belong in the big picture of everything, okay? So there is no competition in that space. The what's for me, what's for my journey, what belongs to me is just for me. That's what the universe has lined up for just me, you know? So there is no competitiveness. There's no relevance to competition in that situation, because what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours, right? So let's see what else we have here. Let's get one more on that. Some of you guys are still dealing with this Tower moment, whatever that energy was, specifically because there's this resistance where you're fighting against where Spirit is trying to take you, and it's creating additional turmoil in your life or in your situation, okay? So we have last quarter waning earth moon, all right? Principles is what we're talking about, right? And I also notice here that we have fall leaves showing up, okay? This is really beautiful, okay? This is a time for us to also Sagittarius full moon, any full moon actually, you guys, honestly. It's a time for us to be able to shed ourselves of things that are not beneficial, things that we want to release or let go. All right, some of you are being encouraged to move forward participating in whatever moon rituals feel relevant to you. Okay, that's a big thing that I'm seeing here, is that however that looks, you guys, whether it's writing something down and burning it or whatever that release process looks like or feels like for you, okay? And so that's something that a lot of us are being called to do, is release a certain thing that may be holding us back. Okay. There's this really heavy resistance, as if like, no, I want to do it this way. And it's really causing a lot of additional strife for some of you all. But most of you are figuring that out. I mean, the Nine of Swords is showing up here in reverse. So a lot of you are figuring out that things are working out in accordance to what I ask for, what I feel like I want or need, okay? So we have open your heart, love yourself, dare to be vulnerable, okay? Yeah. We have enlightenment. Look from the highest perspective. See the divine in everyone. And you guys, that high perspective is very relevant because, as I said before, I continue to see this image of us just zooming out, you guys, zooming out, seeing things from such a more beautiful, broader perspective. Okay, if you are an empath, if you are a starseed, if you're just tapped in, you can feel this energy, because it's something that I felt very heavy over the past few months in relation to where we are as a collective, how we're doing. We're starting to understand who we are and what we represent on the inside, how that's impacting what we're experiencing on the outside. And we're learning that lesson as a whole. Like, my reality is what I imagined it to be. Okay, yes, we are that powerful, you guys. We are that powerful. All right, so with this Sagittarius energy, that's a time for us to really be able to look at where we belong in all of that. Okay. All right, let's see. We have peppermint, all right, or to inspire. The trigger statement on here, and these are packed with so much info, I usually only pull one because there's so much going on these. But the word is I am stuck. That's the trigger statement, okay? The true statement is I am filled with possibility. And that's so fitting for this full moon particularly. It says, allow yourself to float up above. You guys, I cannot make this up. If you are at all watching this video, and I've said this so many times, if you do not know that I am the truth, I don't know what else to tell you, you guys. I'm so happy to be connected with Spirit. Slight rant. I'm so happy to be this tapped in to where I'm able to deliver messages that are relevant for the collective. That's the importance of subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it, because these are messages that need to be heard on a grander, on a broad scale, okay? People need to hear what's going on. We need to be made aware of how we can prepare for what's going on and what that looks like in our day-to-day lives, okay? Anyways, let me jump off of that. Allow yourself to float up above any thoughts or emotions and see what is needed for you to process them and move forward, okay? That's the big thing about it, is that we need to know and understand what it looks like for us to say, okay, it's this situation is not the end all be all of my story, okay? This sentence or even this chapter is not the end all be all of this entire story, okay? And being able to just zoom out of those situations that feel overwhelming, that feel undesirable, or that make us think these negative things about ourselves, being able to really truly tap out of that and tap into this infinite energy of understanding how here we are as specks in this entire galactical process, okay? But within us, we do contain and hold the universe. And being able to understand that concept, you guys, is something that truly changed my life, and I know will change your life as well. We are and can be anything that we desire to be. Okay, and that's the thing about it. We have to be able to zoom out of these minute situations. Oh, I don't have as much money as I feel like I need, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. Thinking and harboring on these things is what gives them that energy to be more dynamic than what they were ever intended on being. Okay, and you guys are realizing that. The Tower is clarified by the Nine of Swords. What you're realizing is you don't have to sweat the small stuff. okay? And that this shit, everything will pass, no matter how it is. If it's great, if it's amazing, if it's the best thing you've ever felt, it's still going to pass, you guys, okay? It's still going to pass. So what we're challenged to do is to make sure that we're continuing to create situations and scenarios that keep us at that elevated frequency, okay? So, all right, that sounds amazing. Let's see what else, because I feel like there are a lot of different messages here for us. Really beautiful. Okay, so we have discernment, all right? The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. There is a lot about perspective that's popping up in this reading, you guys. There's so much about perspective that is popping up in this reading, okay? So some of you guys are being challenged to adjust your perspective, and that is one of the biggest skills that we can learn having this human experience. Unfortunately, we are limited in our perspective, in what we can see and understand. We're only experiencing it from this 3D reality, but just understanding that there are other things, there are other dimensions, there are other dynamics that are at play, that we need to know that our limited perspective is not necessarily the truth, right? It's kind of like the concept of the ant living a 1D type of experience, or I'm sorry, 2D. What the fuck is it? Yeah, so they're living this experience that they're only able to really focus on what is in front of them or what they're experiencing within that moment. That's it. Again, there needs to be some sort of, and I think it's happened. I really do. I think what we're seeing here is what has already taken place for most of us watching this video. We're understanding how major things are, but how they are in relevance to the grand scale, okay? The big picture, adjusting our perspective, okay? So we have the third house, messages, okay? So there could even be, for a lot of you guys, you could have Sagittarius in your third house, but there is a message here where we will be receiving a lot of downloads during this time. I think that Spirit has a lot to communicate to us, and I think us being amongst here with this Three of Pentacles and this Three of Cups, us being amongst the energy of community will help us to not only shift our perspective, but at the same time help us to understand how things are more than just about us, okay? And this is like such a powerful message that we're getting here, you know, especially with this enlightenment and the open your heart. There is a lot at play here. So I just really do appreciate you guys tapping in to get these downloads with me today. I'm going to go ahead and pull from this Self-Care Wisdom card deck, and we'll get the information really quick on what we should be doing to care for ourselves during this time. Wow. Yeah, so much about perspective popping up in this. So much about perspective. Look from the highest perspective. Wow. And like I said, I just keep getting this heavy message about like vision of like zooming out. Give me 1 second here. Okay, focus. Wow. Okay. If you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. Okay. Yeah, I really love that. And we have priorities. The quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time, okay? Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want, all right? So, of course, as we said at the beginning of the reading, this Sagittarius full moon is directly about that, being specific about what you want and how that affects the entire collective, being able to say, how is it, oh gosh, and friend is here on the top of the deck here. So yeah, you guys, this is a really good reading. You know, how do we want to be able to impact those around us? Okay. How do we want to be seen by those around us, perceived, you know, and being able to really tap into that energy is what this time is about with this full moon. You know, it's about replenishing. It's about preparation. Okay. And it's about being able to tap in and appreciate where you are in your journey. Okay, tapping in, taking a pause and just looking back at everything, thinking, you know, even if you're reflecting, I would say for this full moon, some journal prompts that would probably be most effective would be, what legacy do I want to leave behind? Okay, what do I want to be known for? Okay. And also, I would say the journal prompt number 3 is, how can I be of better service to those around me? Okay. And those are prompts that I feel like will most resonate with the energy that we have around us. But also it will start us to get into the process of zooming out, to be able to understand that it's not just about us, but spending some time thinking about our contribution, our offering that we want to give to the universe, to the collective. What is it that I want to do? Do I want to start a YouTube channel? Okay. Do I want to, you know, start a food bank, you know, in my community? What do I want to do that will allow me to be able to contribute and feel like I am a very relevant part of what is happening around me? Okay. And that is what I have for you guys. I mean, this is super, super beautiful. I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you guys for joining me. Again, my name is Erica Keyel. You've been tapped into the gym, okay? Definitely subscribe, like the video if you found it to be helpful or relevant to what you're experiencing. Comment below on how you guys plan to appreciate this Sagittarian energy, but also how you plan on contributing. What do you plan on offering the universe? Or what is it that you feel you're being called to do to help elevate the collective, okay? Because that's where we're at right now, you guys. Lots of messages here, but I really did pick up heavy. Repeatedly, Spirit told us about shifting our perspective, looking at things from a higher angle, point of view, vantage point. Just being able to look at things and say, okay, this is what I need to do to make sure that I'm being better for those around me, which, you guys, it's just full circle. That's all it is. Us contributing, us being thoughtful, us being all of these things is what is going to continue to leave us in this elevated energetic space, right? That's what keeps us elevated, right? It's like the card of temperance. That's definitely the card, temperance, right? So yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I guess I will see you on my next video.